A warm welcome to this week's first edition of Primetime News with me, Michael Madimba. Firstly, we would like to convey our sincere apologies for a break in airing last week Friday's bulletin owing to an in-house COVID-19 case. That said, we're glad to be back and urge everyone to continue adhering to the stipulated health protocols in order to mitigate the further spread of this invisible enemy. Leading our bulletin tonight, we begin with COVID-19 news. Namibia on Sunday recorded 1,518 new COVID-19 cases and 3 deaths, bringing the total number of deaths in the country to 1,164.
Health and Social Services Minister Dr. Kalumbi Shangula in the daily COVID-19 update issued on Monday said the new deaths were reported from Oshakati and Windhoek and involved 3 women aged between 41 and 80 years. The newly confirmed cases were identified from 3,794 results received from laboratories and represent a 40% positivity ratio. The cases had a gender distribution of 836 females and 682 males, with the youngest being 1 month old and the oldest 91 years. Among the confirmed cases, 158 were learners. Shangula said 38 students from different institutions of higher learning, 36 individuals from the education sector, of which 34 are teachers and 33 healthcare workers, have tested positive for COVID-19. The minister went on to say of the newly confirmed cases, 17 are recorded to have been vaccinated, mostly with the first dose, and only 1 person had received 2 doses. Josephine Simeon, Nampa News.
The Rundu Intermediate Hospital in the Kavango East region as of Sunday suspended all visiting hours due to the increase in COVID-19 cases.
The hospital's public relations officer, Libius Musongo, in a media statement issued on Sunday said the suspension will run until 4th July 2021 and is aimed to prevent further infections. He said families with members admitted to the hospital and those scheduled to undergo surgery should make sure to provide their contact details to the hospital where the hospital can contact them. Meanwhile, Musongo on Sunday told Nampa that the hospital is currently full to capacity, including the COVID-19 isolation center. He said some patients, those specifically suspected and confirmed with COVID-19, have been moved to other wards, such as the higher intensive care unit. Josephine Simeon, Nampa News.
The Medical Association of Namibia has warned that the distribution and prescribing of the ivermectin drug for the consumption of human beings is illegal in Namibia and urged all pharmacists practicing this to stop immediately.
The Medical Association of Namibia chairman Dr. Ahmed Azadeh said this in a media statement issued on Saturday, saying that it has come to the association's attention that there are certain pharmacies in the country selling and distributing ivermectin medication to the members of the public who believe that the medicine can be used to treat coronavirus. Azadeh said the distribution of this product is regarded as illegal at this time. We therefore request all pharmacies practicing this to cease further distribution. Last week, Namibia Medicine Regulatory Council Registrar also issued a warning against the use of ivermectin, saying that there's still no data available proving that ivermectin is safe for human consumption. Minister of Health and Social Services, Dr. Kalumbi Shangula, last week has also dismissed a request to grant permission to local medical practitioners to use ivermectin on COVID-19 patients after about 30 doctors petitioned to the minister.
Moving on to politics. SWAPO Party Secretary General Sophia Shaningwa said Namibia would not be waiters today if it was not for the late founding Zambian President Kenneth Kaunda, who immensely contributed to the total liberation struggle of Namibia.
Shaningwa said this in a media statement issued on Saturday while paying tribute to Kaunda, who died on Thursday at the age of 97. Kaunda served as the founding president of Zambia and ruled that country from 1964 until 1991 when he retired from active politics. Shaningwa described Kaunda as the greatest giant who was a profound and progressive Pan-African that championed, facilitated and advocated for the total liberation and development of Southern Africa and in particular Africa in general. The Secretary General said, for the SWAPO Party, Namibia wouldn't have been where we are right now without Zambia. Then, as a frontline state, Zambia was our social and political home during our struggle against apartheid. It was indeed under the compassionate, patriotic and solidarity leadership of Comrade Kaunda. Josephine Simeon, Nampi News.
Stand by for your top roundup. Welcome back. Delving into the world of business and economics. Members of the Great Irongo Community Development Association have embarked on a silent demonstration since Monday, 14th of June, over the alleged unfair recruitment and the lack of benefits from the corporate social investment of the Navakhap gold mine. Our journalist Rodney Pina compiled the story.
In an interview with Nampa on Thursday, the association's director Raymond Chiwongwa said residents of Karibab, Yusakos, Ochimbingwe and surrounding settlements have not received any tangible benefits from the mine, adding that the protest will continue until the community receives positive commitments from the mine. Chiwongwa said the community members of the Karibab constituency is negatively affected by the lack of involvement and disregard from the side of the mine in terms of sustainable development projects and any sort of training for communities to prioritize employing community members of the constituency. In an interview with Nampa, the mine's communications consultant Usi Khoibeb said to meet its mining license conditions, especially with regard to corporate social investment, CSI, the mine has developed and continues to implement a CSI strategy. He added that Navakhap Mine has for the period 2019-2020 spent over $3.5 million on CSI to support farming communities, education and youth empowerment, among others.
Moving on to some tech news. Facebook Inc. on Monday launched its own Clubhouse-style live audio rooms and a way to find and play podcasts on its platform, marking a push into social audio by the world's largest social network. Facebook's rollout of a potential Clubhouse rival follows the explosive early success of the invite-only live audio app, which became a hit as people stayed at home during the COVID-19 pandemic. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg was one of the Silicon Valley celebrities who made appearances on the app, which recently expanded to Android users. Facebook, which has said it wants to make an audio first-class medium on its platforms, joins Twitter Inc. and messaging platform Discord, which have already launched their own live audio offerings. Spotify debuted its own version Green Room last Wednesday. Slack, LinkedIn and Reddit are also working on similar products. We will be back after the business and economics roundup. Thanks for staying with us in our sports installment tonight. We commence with athletics, where one of Namibia's queens of sprint continues to raise the Namibian flag high. Christine Boma won a gold medal in the 200-meter final A at the World Athletics Continental Tour Silver Meeting in Madrid, Spain on Saturday night. Yesron Kapanga compiled the story.
The 18-year-old sprinter, who is currently in Europe preparing for the rescheduled 2020 Olympic Games, dominated her event as she crossed the line 0.39 seconds ahead of the chasing pack. To win the gold medal, Mboma started off well from her block and did not look back as she crossed the line first in a time of 22.79 seconds, followed by Gabriela Suarez of Ecuador in second place in a time of 23.18 seconds, which was her personal best. Third spot went to Maria Vicente of Spain, who also ran her personal best with a time of 23.29 seconds. In an interview with Nampa, her coach Henk Botha said Mboma's performance is making him proud as a coach. Botha said, "I am so excited for this young woman. All this is part of our preparation plan, and something that most people are forgetting is that she's just an 18-year-old girl competing well at the world stage." We must know that there are some nerves, and I am proud of what we have seen.
Still on athletics, the Kavango East Regional Leadership on Sunday congratulated Christine Mboma and Beatrice Masilingi for their performance at the World Athletics Continental Tour in Madrid, Spain.
Rundu Rural Constituency Councillor Paulus Mbangu said the region is excited and proud of the pair's achievement despite the coronavirus pandemic. Mboma won a gold medal in the 200-meter Final A Saturday night, where she dominated the race by crossing the line at 0.39 seconds ahead of the chasing pack. Mbangu said the leadership has decided to gift Mboma and Masilingi, who hail from the region, with a token of appreciation when they return from the Games, and called on the Namibian government to gift the two women with new houses as appreciation by the people of the country. Mbangu, in an interview with the Namibia Press Agency on Sunday, said at its last council meeting, held end of May, councillors, including the governor of the region, took a resolution to welcome them in style. The leadership, he said, resolved to honour the two women with a gift, which he said will be officially announced next week.
Moving on to football. The Brave Warriors will play Senegal in their opening match at the 2021 COSAFA Cup set for Thursday, 8 July at the Isaac Wolfson Stadium, just outside Port Elizabeth in South Africa.
According to the fixtures released by COSAFA on Sunday, Namibia will then play Zimbabwe on 11 July at the NMB Stadium before concluding their Group C clashes with a tie against Mozambique 4 days later at the Isaac Wolfson Stadium. The top teams from the three groups plus the best placed runner-up will then compete in the semi-finals of the tournament on 16 July at the NMB Stadium, with the final set for 18 July at the same venue. The third and fourth place playoff game is scheduled for 15 July. Namibia's interim coach Bobby Samaria will announce the squad on Monday before their departure to South Africa, where they will prepare for the tournament. Senegal, who are ranked number 1 on the African continent and number 22 on the globe by the World Football Body International Federation of Association Football FIFA, are the guests at this year's tournament, and reports from Senegal indicate that they will bring their strongest side as they prepare for the upcoming FIFA 2022 World Cup qualifiers.
Your sports roundup is up next. We've come to the end of Monday's newscast. We thank you for tuning in. As always, give us a thumbs up and share. If you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe as well as click on the notifications bell to stay posted on the latest happenings locally and globally. Do make a date with us tomorrow for your dose of primetime news. From myself and the entire crew behind the scenes, it's good night.